Google Trends suggests that NotebookLM is now more popular than the Gemini app itself. And this is because the NotebookLM team are shipping impactful updates. NotebookLM has evolved from a research tool into a tool that builds the best end user deliverables of any AI tool on the market. And if you haven't used NotebookLM in 2026, you're missing out on some of its best updates. In this video, I'm going to share 10 NotebookLM updates that you should be using. Let's get into it. To get started, we're going to create a new notebook in NotebookLM. The first new feature I want to show you is the amount of files that are now supported. So all these files are supported, and my favorite one is a CSV. So I'm just going to upload a CSV now. The CSV is the Google share price history from 2025 to 2026. And in this notebook, I'm going to upload some more Google data. So the purpose here is to find out more about Google, some of their different business units, and the 2026 earnings. One of the new artifacts in Studio that's just been released is a data table. And a data table allows you to pull structured data out of unstructured data sets. So I'm going to ask this to build a comparison table of Alphabet's main reporting segments showing 2024, 2025 revenue, year-on-year growth, and this will come out into a structured data set, and I can pull that out into Google Sheets if I want to upload that into a database, or I want to put that onto a report in a structured way. Tables are also really good for pulling metrics out of dense data sets. I've asked this to pull out Waymo's crash rates to human crash rates under a couple of different categories out of a very, very dense PDF that I've uploaded, and it's done that pretty well there. In the chat, I'm asking how did the stock price react to the earnings? So I've given it the stock price from 2026 and the earnings. It's linked those two together and created me some new information. And what I can do now in NotebookLM is I can save this as a note and I can convert this to a source. So how you do that is that you first save it as a note. This gives us a new note with that information from the chat. And what I can do with this is I can convert this to a source. So this is really good for compressing sources or finding new information by linking sources together. And then that lives in my source guide, and that's available for anybody else who wants to review. Now I want to add a few more sources. Fast research is just like a Google search you can do within NotebookLM to get sources. So I'm asking for the latest Google Cloud customer wins, AI CapEx commitments, and margin trajectory. It's given me some sources. I can pick whatever of these I want to include in my sources, and I can even go out to the website and see what that source contains. So I've added those 9 sources in. I'm also asking for Waymo expansion and city rollouts in 2026. I'm going to put that one in. Now I'm going to run a deep research, which will go off and do a research job. So I'm asking for DeepMind product launches and Gemini product releases since 2026. This one takes a while, so while that's going on, I want to show you a new feature in Gemini where you can add a NotebookLM directly in your Gemini chat. So this is what I've just created in my notebook. I'm going to add that, and I'm going to ask what were the latest Google Cloud customer announces and what was the amount announced. This will be grounded in the sources that are just in my NotebookLM, so I can use my NotebookLM as a database to pull that information. This deep research is completed, so what this has done is this will do a deeper research. It will create a report based on the sources and give you the option also to include all the sources that it's researched in your NotebookLM itself. So I'll include the report here and also include some of the sources. And now all my sources are here. Let's build some artifacts. First thing I want to show you is the slide deck, and the new feature here is the editing of the slide deck. So I've asked for a 5-slide client briefing on Alphabet covering some different segments, and it's created that slide deck now. It did a pretty good job out of the box, but there's some things I don't like about this slide deck. It doesn't really have a Google style, and there's some things I don't like on the slides themselves, especially on this last Waymo slide. I don't like the look of that car. So what I can do now is I can change the slides. I've asked it to remove the bullet points there, use Google fonts and colors, and on the last slide, color the car and use Waymo cameras. I can click this generate revised slide deck and it will create a new slide deck. It's removed the subtitle from the title slide. It's put everything into Google colors in all the other slides, and it's given me a much better Waymo car in the last slide, and now I can go and present that deck. Another new feature is dynamic reports. So it gives you an option of a couple of different reports, but then it gives you a suggested format based on your sources. So it looks into the sources and it knows that there's a lot of investment information there and a lot of business component information there, and it will create you a great prompt to build a report. So I'm going to take this business component analysis prompt out of the box, and this is created a great report where it goes through all the different business units of Google and their backlogs and what could happen in the future. So I can pull that out also into Google Docs. I can export that out and share it with my team. Next thing I want to show you is the infographic visual styles. Now I love this and I'm using this a lot at work, and the style I love out of all of these, there's a lot of good ones, but the style I really love is the bricks in here. So I'm going to choose the brick style and I'm going to choose the orientation to be a portrait because I want this to come out into social media, and I'm asking for a breakdown of revenue and net income from the 10K, and I want it to include a set of figures and it should fit mobile. So when I generate this, I get my infographic out, and this looks absolutely brilliant. This is giving me a bottom line, it's giving me a revenue by segment, and it's giving me a 2024 versus 2025 performance. The last thing I want to show you in this video is cinematic video. This will create a cinematic video based on your prompts. I'm asking it to explain Alphabet's business and the growth of each in 2025 and prospects for 2026. This takes a while to generate, but it's worth it. Let's listen in.
On February 4th, 2026, Alphabet released its fiscal year results. YouTube has become a primary driver of this revenue, crossing the $60 billion threshold for the year through a combination of advertising and premium subscriptions. 2025 demonstrated the market demand for Alphabet's AI models and cloud strategy. 2026 will determine if the company can manage the physical and political costs of deploying them.
I hope you found those 10 updates useful. That cinematic video, I just clipped out a few clips, but the full video is about 5 minutes and truly impressive. If you found this video useful, please click like and subscribe. It gets the video out to more people. I'll catch you very soon for another Google AI video.